Kia ora whānau, Sione here, my bro Anzac. Today we're going to catch up with Zach and what he's been doing the past year, talk about his journey. But before he introduces himself, try to speak about what we've been doing. So we just finished a great workout with Anzac and our other brother Thomas, who just left. But pretty much today I'm going to be asking Anzac a bunch of questions, and then he's going to be talking about, like I said, his journey from being an Aotearoa going to the States where he is now. So I'll give the floor to him and just talk a little bit about himself.
Sure. Kia ora te whānau. My name's Anzac Rissetto. I hail from Otahu, so I'm south side, east side boy.
Cool. Dope. Just for me personally, I like the whole aspect of the Māori side of things. So if you could just give the people out there like a little quote about where you're from and what tribe and whatnot that you represent.
Yep. Right, so no tamaki makaurau hau, so I'm from Otahu, Auckland.
Yep.
I'm from, my iwi is Ngāti Porou Ngai Tahu, so that's the east coast and the South Island. But I think for me, my tūranga waiwai, or my place to stand, is more so towards Te Waipounamu or the South Island. It's just where I feel like, I don't know if like different cultures get it, but for me I feel like spiritually at home in the South Island.
Right.
So yeah, that's where my tūranga waiwai would be, is somewhere towards Picton, Wellington, just because my dad's from there and my mom's also from the South Island, so kinda, I just feel at home there.
Yeah, that connection.
Yeah.
Dope. So you spoke about growing up in Otahu, so that's where you grew up. I first encountered Anzac, I just remember because your name was just floating around, and it was yours and Max. Your two names were always linked together.
Yeah.
Shout out to the bro Max. But you guys were linked together being down in Nelson. And at first, before I met you, I just thought, oh damn, they have like big Māori boys down in Nelson.
Yeah.
And obviously once I got to know you, I found out that you actually grew up in South Auckland and then went down there later on. But talk about your basketball journey and how you've come to where you are now, from where you started.
So I started, so I grew up in Otahu, and then my mom got me out of that situation, the bad situation I was in, and moved me to the South Island, to Picton. Complete change of everything I've ever known. And then, I just picked up a ball down there. My first coach, Mr. Collins, his name was.
Shout out Mr. Collins.
He's big, he's Māori and his family's Japanese, but real good dude. He just told me I was a big kid at the time, like, pick up a ball, don't be shy. Yeah. And I was terrible, I couldn't even make a laugh. I didn't even know what foot to jump off or anything. And then from there I got a little bit better, and then I got offered a scholarship to go to Nelson College, which was where Max was, and so put me in the Tasman team.
Yep. Which is a rep team, right?
Yeah, red team. Yeah, so we're it's pretty average. Don't get 10 of Auckland and that, but pretty decent. Yeah. And then, went there for a year and a half. Played with Max. Shout out to the boy Max. Plays in Croatia at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
So he's doing pretty well. And he taught me a lot as well, just because he grew up playing it.
Right.
And then from there I got offered another scholarship to come up to Auckland, to Auckland Grammar, and that's where I continued to get better in that. Yeah. And then from there I just played like the rep side and the New Zealand sides and that, and that was my journey.
Working your way up.
Yeah.
I want to ask, Anzac, with all the the constant moving and obviously you received 2 scholarships to two different high schools. What was that like? And what was the adjustment that you had to make going to different parts of New Zealand, Aotearoa?
Yeah, it was different, because I went to 7 different schools. Wow. In my life. Maybe 7 or 8. Yeah, so crazy. It was hard to make proper friends. Yeah. It was hard to find that connection. But I mean, once I found my element, which was basketball in the end, and really just started playing and focusing on that, then receiving the scholarships was a big eye opener to what could potentially lead to something in the future.
Right.
And so it was was good for me. It was a good motivation for me because seeing all my family where we come from, and to be able to get this free money or free like tuition and boarding house and all that sort of stuff, it was a good eye opener just to what I could do for not only myself but my family.
Cool, makes sense. Let's talk about the Auckland Grammar experience. So like your first year there, I know you had like seniors ahead of you who were very experienced, and that team was stacked. Like you guys, I know you guys felt like you should have done a lot more in nationals, and then the next year you were kind of the leader. So talk about the contrast in that, and having the two Toms in your year 12 year, and then having to be the top dog, I guess, in year 13.
Yeah, so that was tough. Year 12 at Auckland Grammar, my first year there was Samson Aroa, who played New Zealand side, who beat Australia for the first time. Tom Higgins, who played New Zealand reps. Thomas White, who played New Zealand reps. And then a lot of experienced boys that were a lot
played
older.
Auckland Prems.
So it was good to learn off them. And I mean, Samson, that dude's the strongest dude I've ever played my whole life. So it was good to learn a lot of the things that they've picked up along the way that I didn't quite pick up yet. It was good. We had a few fights here and there.
I bet. Got competitive, I bet.
Yeah. Just trying to like take it to the older guys. But it was a massive learning, and I think they really prepared me to become the leader that I was in year 13.
Right.
Makes sense. They really like prepped me for it. And my coach, Dave. Dave McKay. He pushed me a lot during that last, when we knew we couldn't make it. He pushed me a lot just to, and he'd set me down. He was like, "You're the oldest dude. You're the one of the best players here at the moment. So you need to lead this team. And we don't have much within this team compared to last year. We don't have any of the skill, the talent. But one thing we can do is we can work hard. And that's what we did. We went in every day. And especially with my boy Lindsay, shout out Lindsay.
Shout out Lindsay Tate.
He pushed us really hard, him and Dave. They pushed us to get better every day, work hard, work real hard. And that's what we did. And I think we weren't ranked to even go to nationals. I think we were like, I think like 5th or 6th in Auckland. So only top 4, I think, make it. And we went to nationals and came 5th and 4th.
Punch way above your weight, that year.
So we had, I think, 2 year 13s, 2 year 12, and the rest were young guys. So I mean, I tried to just install in them like that hard work, that fights in them, that never back down, no matter who it is. And they came up, they came to the bar, and we had a good year.
So that definitely taught you a lot about leadership, that year.
Really.
I think you did help because I also had got a chance to watch the Grammar team last year. Jagger Smith was the leader on that team, but like they played hard. Like you said, even last year's team, they weren't the most talented or gifted, but the way they all played together and how hard they played, it reflected from like the way Lindsay and Dave coach, and also from the guys before them, which is like yourself. So, that's awesome, man. Talk to us about your New Zealand experiences. I know you've played at the World Cup now, so that was under 17s, right? So talk to us about that. Like, how was that representing Aotearoa?
That was crazy, to go from like our small country of 4 or 5 million now, from Aotearoa to go abroad, and we watched the USA team. We played against Serbia, Montenegro, some of those big European teams. We played against China, who's, what's their population, 2 billion or something?
Crazy.
It was real. Like, I thought I was a big dog coming out of Aotearoa and that, but I went over there and I wasn't the big dog. So we played France, we had 3 7-footers, and they're under 17. That's crazy. They had Killian Hayes, who's going to the draft.
Into the draft.
It was crazy.
Some big names,
And then I think almost everyone on the USA team is entering the draft this year or has been to the draft.
Crazy.
So, it was an amazing experience. I wasn't the captain of that one, but I thought I helped lead. They, New Zealand coaches didn't think my maturity levels were high enough
to be the captain.
But It was all good.
Led in your own way, I guess.
Yeah, I tried to lead on the court. Like,
Yeah.
I think we got a little bit scared.
Yeah.
The boys were a little bit scared.
Yeah.
None of us never been to a stage like that.
Right.
So we just went out there and I just tried to play hard.
Yeah.
Show that this little country that we do have, we might not have the best talent or the best athletes, but we go out there and we play hard.
Yeah.
And I think we did. We played hard every single game,
Yeah.
win or loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had this one game against China. We came out, we just took it, and we lost like 3 games. We just came out, won by like 20 against China. And for like a little country, to go and beat that country, man,
that owns almost everything.
It was like,
That's dope.
even though we didn't make the top 16, we were still happy with with what we come.
Yeah, the way you play.
Yeah.
I think the cool thing with that team also is you guys laid the foundation for the next generation. Just to show them like, hey, we can compete on this level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it was a rough. I think it was a 4-year journey.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we did a and B team, New Zealand team. Then we did like a prep, so no one got unfit.
Right.
And then they went to a China warm up, which I wasn't a part of that one, but they went and did that. And then they made it to the World Cup.
Yeah.
They came 3rd in Asia.
Yep, they did. Yeah.
So I mean that was crazy. I just got to see Yao Ming in China.
Dope.
Yeah.
He's a big figure over there, right?
Yeah, bro. Apparently, when I was standing against some of the boys, apparently he was like twice as size.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's dope though, and like one thing you keep saying when you answer these questions is how hard you play, or how hard you have to play.
Yeah.
And I think for the kids out there, like playing hard isn't, it's a skill you can control. You know what I mean? Like you can't control whether you're gonna make shots or whether you're gonna, finish everything or whether you're gonna stop someone from scoring, but you can do it hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, Kiwis, like the sport's growing, and we definitely have good talent coming up, but we're not always going to be the most talented or most athletic.
Yeah, for sure.
So playing hard, and I think just having the right attitude are two of the things, the most important things. Is that something you agree with?
Yeah, for sure. Like if you can just go out there and know you're going to give all your effort and play as hard as you can and do what you can control, I think that's.
Yeah.
I mean, win or lose, if you gave everything, you can't be disappointed.
Exactly. You can look in the mirror and be like,
you
I'm good.
You can look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I did everything I could. I did what I was supposed to. My shot wasn't falling, but I did everything else.
Right, yeah.
And then that's all that matters.
Awesome. That's a great message. And now you're at UNT Charlotte. That's correct, right?
Yep.
I know we spoke a little bit about this off camera, but talk about your journey getting there. And I remember you telling me off camera how when you first got there, you kind of had this name in New Zealand and carried it over there like I'm the man, and then you got kind of like a punch in the mouth, like not literally, but it was kind of that wake up, like, oh crap, I'm actually here now. So talk a little bit about that.
So my journey to America was tough, very tough actually. So my first 2 years, my year 11 and year 12, I was really motivated. So I was like, I want to go to the States, I want to be the next Stephen Adams, I'm a big kid, same kind of background, blah, blah, blah. And then I got to year 13, I'm like, man, I'm best in New Zealand, I thought I was the man.
Right.
And then I got there and I failed level 3, so year 13, I failed it. I only had one offer, which was UNC Charlotte. I had a lot of interest, but no offers. I only had one offer.
Right.
And then so I was like, damn, like what happened to me? Like where'd that drive go? What happened? Like everything's all over the place now. Like I don't know what I want to do. So that kind of scared me. So I was like, damn, I got to do something. I got real unfit. And then I was lucky enough that Lindsay knew my coach now, Aaron Firm.
Cool.
So that was the connection they had, and then I got myself the scholarship. So I signed there, but I still had to finish level 3 to get eligible. Right. So that took me about 2.5 months. I had to do 4 papers, finish 4 papers. Right. I was doing that while I was playing with the Saints. Right. So that was quite hard to try and maintain playing every day like a professional. Right. Whilst coming home and doing all that schoolwork. Yeah.
For those that don't know, Anzac spent some time at the Wellington Saints too before he went to America. So.
I just put my head down, got to doing that mahi, got it all done. Went over there and I thought I was the top, the man over here. So I went over there and I was like, I've been playing with pros, like you just can't be that good. Right. Went over weight, not in the right headspace
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
I was still trying to work everything out, and then it just went downhill from there.
Right.
It was I was homesick.
Yeah.
My grades weren't as good as I thought they were gonna be.
Yeah.
Didn't get any court time. Basketball wasn't working out.
Right.
I missed home. Missed everything.
Right.
The culture was different.
Yeah.
Like it was so hard. And
Yeah.
I actually got to a point where my coach was like, "Man, if you like this, I thought you were better than this. Like I thought you were a better person.
Right.
I thought you would give more. Like I thought you would try harder. Like all those little things
Right.
that I thought I actually was."
Right.
And then my coach was like, "Man, if you're gonna keep this up, you might have to transfer."
Right.
And that was a wake up call for me.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
like I worked so hard to get the scholarship to put Aotearoa on the map, to put Pacific Islanders,
Yeah.
put Māoris on the map,
Yeah.
and now I'm letting it run down.
Right.
Like I felt like I was letting like my whānau down, my tupuna down, like
Right.
everything. Like I
Right.
was real sad at the
Yeah.
time.
Right.
But then I prayed on it, and I was
Dope.
like, please, like, just Lord help me through this time.
Yeah.
And then I did my prayers, and I kept going. To look myself in the mirror, like the only person that can drag you down, that one looking back at you.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna change this. So I went in, got my grades up, so I got a 3.5 GPA, so it's out of 4.
Right.
And my second semester,
Awesome.
so I averaged 3.125 overall,
Yeah.
which is quite high
Right.
usually.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I went in, I worked hard every day. I did extra reps, I did extra training. Communicated with the coaches. I run home. I messaged people back home.
Right.
I feel like that's one thing people, they get over there and they forget about everyone that helped out when they were here.
Yeah. Get them to where they are.
Yeah. And I think I did that too. I neglected that.
Yeah.
And then so now I realize like you gotta stay in touch with those people that help you out.
Right.
And like you really gotta show the love back home.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you would not be there.
Right. That support system.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of time for Kiwis, I don't think that's done on purpose.
No.
I think it's just when a lot of Kiwis get over there, they just feel like, oh, now it's me against the world kind of thing. Forgetting that, like, hey, I can hit up my old coach or my old teammate and be like, yo, how you been? Like, stuff like that.
That's exactly how I'd put it. Like I thought it was Anzac versus UNC Charlotte basketball or UNC Charlotte or America.
Yeah.
And little did I know there was people that were willing to reach out.
Oh, for
but
sure.
I neglected it.
Right.
I didn't take the opportunities that were there for me, and that's if I could go back, I definitely like keep in contact with everyone that helped me, even if it's once a week, once a month.
Right.
Like at least you're making that contact.
Yeah, for sure.
And then so I turned that around, and we got to our
That's dope, man.
conference play.
Yeah.
They played me once before conference play, and they saw what kind of a fight, how hard working I was, and they seen that from my first semester to my second,
Yeah.
the two different people,
Yeah.
and that I pushed that person away,
Right.
and then now I've become this to what I thought I really
Right.
was.
Yeah, what you
They're
really are.
hardworking and they're dedicated,
Yeah.
motivated, driven.
The reason they offered you this scholarship.
Yeah. And so got back to that, and so we were going into conference play, and my coach was like, get ready, like you might suit up in this one, get ready.
Dope.
And then it got cancelled with this corona stuff.
Right. That's crazy. That's awesome though, man, that you turned it around. And it just shows, I think, for me personally, like a lot of people have known you have like good talent. Obviously you have great size for the game of basketball. For me, getting to know you, especially over the last couple of years that we've been working out and whatnot and getting better in the gym, is your character.
Yeah.
Like your character is awesome. Like you're not too high-headed. And I think like you said, that wake-up call in America kind of got your head straight.
Yeah.
But I also know that you credit a lot of that to your mom.
Yeah.
And I know you'll talk about her a little bit after this, but I mean, going from the American style of play to the way we play here, I think for us in Aotearoa looking over there, I think the two, like from the eye test, the two things we can see that are clearly different are the athleticism and the physicality of like how they're built over there.
Yes.
Like we have big boys here, but they're not, we might have a big islander dude, but he's not tall.
Yeah.
But over there, they have the length and the size. So like, what for you has been the biggest difference of the American college style of play to how you play it, how we play here?
Compared to like New Zealand style of play in America,
Yeah.
like even high school, everything New Zealand, I think it's the speed in which they play.
Right.
So they get up and down, like, because they have those athletes
Right,
that can get up the floor in like 3 dribbles,
Yeah.
like Giannis type play.
Right.
So definitely the speed, which is fitness as well, because all they do is like run. So those two things, and yeah, just the build, like that. There's like the African genes. They're built like thin but strong and tall and athletic. It's really
just real gifted, eh?
Blessed. And I mean that's the biggest thing. Like you have to find a way to somehow get around that or beat that, and that's I think most like New Zealanders going over there like, damn, like this dude's big, he's tall, he's fast, he's strong, he can jump. I can't beat that. That's like the ultimate player. But there's just little footwork, like just using your IQ to try to beat it. Like he might be going here, but then you can like backdoor him or something. It's just knowing the game better than he does, or doing the little things better than he does. And it's just hard work, really. Like you get out of the game what you put in. I believe. So like
totally agree.
And so that's. I mean, if you put in more work, because hard work outweighs talent any day. You can have a dude
regardless of how talented.
Exactly. But that's one thing. It's a lot faster, a lot fitter, and just they play above the rim. They don't play on the ground like we do. Like hook shots from standing or layups right there. Like they get up.
Acrobatic and dunking.
Like they get up and they dunk everything, and they get above like the square. They do their layups high, so no one can block that. So that's
crazy. So those are two standout things you would say. I also noticed is and I think it might just be a Kiwi thing, but the competitiveness over there is just different level there. Like I've been there a couple of times and just been to like pickup games where college guys are and pros are, and they just love to talk smack to each other and talk shit and like whereas in New Zealand it's like kind of frowned upon. Like if someone talks shit in an open gym or something, like the rest of them might be like, oh, that guy's like try hard.
Like, who's that dude?
But I just feel like you have to have a dog in you, especially on the court. Like, and it's never personal. Like, if you leave it on the court, that's that. You know what I mean?
So Lindsay Tate introduced me to the big thing because I feel like I'm a big gentle giant. So I like grew up with a lot of kids in there, so I was always. But he introduced me to like, you ain't cut from the same cloth. You have to be different. You have to find that mongrel in you when you step up like between the lines. And you just have to have it because there's people like, I know there's a lot of like hardship or poverty like here, which people come out of, but over there it's like, there's some people fighting, like playing for their lives, playing for their families' lives. And I guess some people in New Zealand would understand that, but in Aotearoa and like in general, we don't really get that whole concept because we have such a good life. But like some of the people over there, like I met some of the boys, like their families don't have healthcare. They don't go to public. They don't go to private schools. They go to public, and like all that sort of stuff. Like they're fighting for their lives every single day they play. So when they go in the gym, it's not like, what's up, boys? Like let's see some shots. It's like, this is gonna help me get to the NBA, which gives me money so I can give my mom.
So it's make it or break it for a lot of those guys.
And that's why I think that dog is a lot in a lot of them, especially the ones that come from Africa, from the villages. Like that's all they know, a village. And then they come to a city where they have to put a ball in there. They work at that every single day. Like,
that's crazy, and that's something that a lot of people don't know or understand. Like I think, like you said, for a lot of those guys, because we can both sort of relate. Like Māori and Tongans, we've gone through tough backgrounds as well, and I think for kids of our stature who've grown up in like poorer homes or whatever, poorer families, we kind of look at basketball as like, if putting a ball in the hoop's the hardest thing I have to do, then my life's good. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's what a lot of people take for granted. Not just saying from New Zealand, but when they go over there and they have a scholarship. Like I feel like regardless of your background, you should still work as hard as the next man. If you want to be successful. And I mean, as cliche as it sounds, bro, you probably agree. Like any successful person you ask, like, what was your secret? They always say, like, you have to work hard. So like, there's no secret. You know what I mean? But just to move on to the next thing, who are some of your favorite teammates you ever played with?
Favorite teammates?
Could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be from here in New Zealand, like UNC Charlotte.
Shout out one of my teammates right now, Jameer Young. He's my boy. Me and him just got on real well, real similar. New Zealand, my boys. My grammar team in year 12, that was probably one of the, I don't know. It was like, because everyone was trying to get one up on the other. So everyone was kind of, but definitely Thomas White, Thomas Higgins, and Samson,
Yeah.
my boys. And just, a lot of my young boys at Grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marvin,
Yeah. Shout out to Marvin, man.
He's just the most humble dude,
Yeah.
down to earth dude, and,
Yeah.
but real good player.
One of the coolest cats, man.
Yeah.
He was in our Hoop Nation team last year, and we were in the semi-final against Mitch and Shalom and him. And we feel like we should have won, but they won the game, so credit to those boys. But it was like a crucial moment. We were down by like 8. And I called a timeout, and I didn't know what to say. I was like, man, we're down. Because we had the more experienced players too. And then Marvin just kind of got into the huddle, said a couple of things, and then before they went back onto the court, he just came up to me and was like, Coach, we got it. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
And then like from that point on, I just looked at him like his maturity level was way above like anyone else.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's why he'll be successful in whatever he does in life, you know what I mean? Just 'cause-
Yeah.
And it's also a credit to his family, like, you know.
Yeah.
Similar. You had some pretty good rep teams too that you're a part of. Like Auckland teams with Randy and like that year you guys lost in the semi-final, the final to Canterbury.
Oh, that's when I played. Randy.
Yeah, Randy. Shout out to
Crack,
Randy. Yeah. You guys lost to that was Max Starling, right?
Yeah,
Quinn
Canterbury.
Clinton.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
And you guys were up that game.
we were up 30. 30 in,
that might be one of the biggest meltdowns in NZ.
Yeah, for sure. But it wasn't really. I mean, they weren't hitting anything.
Right.
And then they came out and they hit everything.
Started firing, yeah.
They hit like Quinn Clinton came out and just shit lights
yeah.
out. So I mean, kind of
one of those
yes,
things.
Kind of no.
Yeah.
It's kind of. But we could have done some things differently
to prevent that, right?
Yeah.
Because isn't that the game Thomas went off?
Yes.
He was
In
hitting
the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So he was hitting everything,
Yeah.
and then just went cold like nothing.
Damn, that's crazy.
And then I was like, yeah.
And you were bottom age that year, right?
I was bottom age.
So you've been playing with like a lot of older teams for a while now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so I made the tournament team. My bottom, so I should have been playing top age under 17.
Yeah, that year.
But I was playing under 19.
So
Just to try and push myself,
Yeah.
keep myself ready for the next level.
Yeah.
That was.
That's dope. Before we end, man, let's talk about your mom a little bit. I know she's meant a lot to you. I remember I spoke to Anzac about this off air, so I'm sure you won't mind me talking about it. But while he was having that tough time in Charlotte, he was calling his mom back and forth, right?
Yeah.
And his mom was saying, stick it out till Christmas, and if you still don't really like it, you can come back. But she was the one that kind of motivated him and made him determined to stay there and stick it out. So talk about your mother, man, and how she's influenced you. To this point.
So mom has been a big influence in my life so far.
Yeah.
On and off the court.
Yeah.
So her upbringing was kind of bad, like pretty bad. Like she went through a lot of different houses and stuff. Like she wasn't in one household. Passed around a lot. Just she had a rough upbringing, but she didn't want the same for me.
Right.
So we was living in Otahu. So we moved. So we left Otahu, went to Aussie, came back for my grandfather's passing. So he passed away, my mom's dad.
Yeah.
And then, so she went through a big downward spiral
Right.
and just got involved in like drugs and that, and it was bad. Like I remember I didn't go to school much, me and my little cousins. And we were like trying to wake mom up. She was always like asleep or something.
Right.
And it was real bad. And I just remember thinking those days like, damn, is this what I'm gonna be like?
Right.
And so she didn't want the same for me. So when I got to like the age of like that gangs age and all that, mom picked me up and was like, yep, let's go.
Yeah.
We're out of here.
Yeah.
She didn't know where we were going,
Right.
what we were doing.
She knew you had to get out of there.
She knew that I wasn't going to OC.
Yeah. Otahu College, for
Yeah.
people who don't know.
And then she went, I think I enrolled there, went there for like a day or something. And then
That's right, you told me that.
We got out, mom packed us up and we moved to Picton.
And of all places, eh?
Yeah, like this little town, 3,000 people.
Yeah.
So mom was like, well, what do I do now? I'm not used to what I'm doing.
Right.
You're not used to what you're doing. So what do we do?
Right.
And so our time was spent, just instead of being on the streets, I was trying to play sports and that. And then went through that. Mom was working 12-hour nights, 7 days a week. I'd hardly see her.
Right.
Like I was left on my own a lot. But that was so she could afford to pay for my sporting.
Right, of course.
So she was a smoker in that.
Yeah.
And she liked drinks.
Yeah.
But she'd give all that up if it meant that she would pay for one pair of basketball shoes or one camp, and that's
Awesome.
So I really like commend her and look up to that, because what other parent would do that?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of parents out there that'd rather choose like smokes and like alcohol
Their addiction over
over their children.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, we can't afford it this week.
Mm.
Like, we can't afford your new shoes or your rugby fees or your basketball fees.
Right.
So yeah, mum was a big influence through that way, and then I think that's where I got a lot of my motivation,
Yeah.
because dad wasn't around,
Right.
floating in and out, prison and that, and yeah, just wasn't around. And then yeah, when he was out, my mum would always be like, hey, like the kid's going on this New Zealand camp, it's $500, I've got 3, I need somehow to get $200. He'd be like, yeah, I'll send it to you. 2 years later, where you at?
Right.
Like, so it was tough for
I
her.
understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, especially being a big kid. Like, I ate a lot.
Right.
My shoe size was always
Bigger
big.
than
so,
the average. Yeah.
Like, we had to like get shoes from America and that.
Right.
So like, yeah, it was where I drew a lot of influence from.
Cool.
And then getting to America,
Yeah.
I was homesick. Me and my mom were like best friends.
Yeah.
I miss my mom. Like, I hated it there. I thought I was the man. I missed the boys in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to have, I was 18, I just want to have a drink with the boys,
Yeah.
there's 21 over there, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm downward spiraling, I'm ringing mom, like, Mom, I'm coming home, like, F this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't me,
Yeah.
I ain't built for this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coming home and come back to what we know, like,
Yeah.
come back to Otahu, like,
Right.
let's go. But
Yeah.
she was like, nah, you're the first one to graduate high school, you're the first one to go to university. Like, you've been given this massive opportunity that kids would die for.
Right.
Like, stop being so privileged and like,
Wow.
shut up, sit down, and do your shit.
Right.
And I was like, that's true. Damn, like, I'm the only one in our family, high school, uni.
Mm.
So I'm like, damn. I took a step back, and then I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And so, mom's not really religious, but she started to during that time, because she
Awesome.
was. Because at the end of high school, she was actually sleeping in her car to make sure that I wouldn't get back into the streets.
Right.
So she was, because she knew what it was like at that age for her.
Yeah.
So like, she would always keep an eye on me. Me and her were sleeping in the car just before I left to America.
Mm.
So like, yeah, not many people know that, but yeah, we were sleeping in. So we have a little dog.
Right.
So like, I'd sleep in the front seat
Yeah.
with the chair back.
Yeah.
Mom would sleep along the back.
Right.
The dog was in the passenger seat.
Right.
And yeah, so that was. Yeah, it was tough, and
Yeah.
now that I think about it, it's cool, but it's like character building.
Right, for sure.
And yeah,
Yeah.
so just those little sacrifices.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, mom
Yeah.
quit her job and that, so
To-
she could come up and we could. Well, we lived off the benefit,
Mm.
off her benefit.
Right.
It's like $400 a week.
Yeah. Not much.
Yeah, parking up outside, like outside Panmure,
Right.
just sleeping.
Sleeping.
And yeah, it was.
Crazy, man.
Shit was tough, but
Yeah.
yeah, she got me out of that downhill cycle.
Yeah.
And she's only just got back on her feet recently.
Awesome.
And that's when I came back.
Great to
I was
hear.
sending money home. Like
Yeah.
I was sending shoes to her.
Yeah.
Anything she needed, I
Yeah.
would try to
You'll
give
try
it
to
to
give
her.
it to her, yeah.
And
To
yeah,
help her out.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, I still will. That's my one goal, right? To
Yeah.
get mama a house and a
Yeah,
car.
for sure, man.
Nothing else in the world. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's awesome, man. And I think in hindsight, it makes everything better, eh? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for mom and her struggles building that character, like you said,
Mm.
and if you being over there, had she not given you that message of like you're the only one who's graduated from high school, you wouldn't have clicked like, damn, like this is rare, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I think like shout out to mom, man, and all the other moms out there, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
and I think you know this, Zach. Like, sorry to interrupt, but like it's different for like Maori and Polynesian moms.
yeah.
Like the struggle's just different, like, you know what I mean? Like, and we understand that, like, you know, they go through a lot tougher times than we could ever imagine.
Like it's, I think it's called generational wealth. So like, when they're like someone's parents, they inherit some sort of money.
Mm.
But for a lot of Maori Pacific Islanders, we don't get those opportunities.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we work hard every day, but like the kids eat so much.
Yeah.
Gotta feed them.
Yeah.
Like there's so much more, and then we live in like state housing.
Yeah, stay housing. Yeah, there might be a lot of kids for one family that you have to feed. So
Exactly. Like
yeah,
like for both of us, we
Yeah.
both lived in like
Yeah.
apartment
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
blocks.
complexes. Yeah,
So like kind of like American projects
yeah,
in a way.
similar. Yeah,
Um,
equivalent to that, I say.
Yeah, yeah. And then just like not having many opportunities.
Mm.
And it's not our fault, or it's not our parents' fault, or even our ancestors'
No,
fault
yeah,
that
yeah, that
we started.
we're in this situation.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, I mean, yeah, shout out to everyone that pushes through,
Yeah.
that grinds out every day,
Sure.
does what they can.
Mm.
Because like yeah, like having to sleep in a car. That's one struggle that a lot of people might not know, but there's other struggles that I don't know.
Right,
that
right.
other kids might
Yeah,
go through.
right, exactly.
And just
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hope everyone keeps pushing through
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
There's
And I
nothing
hope this is
scary.
this is a